Hello everyone. Welcome to Physics 112 Online, remote instruction. Before I begin, I hope that you and your family and your loved ones are healthy, that you're staying safe, and that you're somehow learning to accommodate this new world that we inhabit. All we can do is do the next right thing and be hopeful and just be vigilant. So here's 112 online. When I set out to design this course, I realized that I wanted to make sure that I give you as close to possible the same education. That means the same learning experience, maintain academic standards, but to do that in such a way that we minimize the extra burden on us, because this is harder than doing it in the old way. Okay. I realized that with 36 of you sitting in 4 different time zones, the only way to do this is by doing it asynchronously. So the course I've put together for you here is self-paced. You can do the lessons, the modules, at your own pace. Okay, there are 2 fixed points in the course, test 3, which will survive, and the final exam. Okay, those are on fixed days. But in between those 2 halves of this last part of the course, you can do them at the pace that you want, okay? Moodle, we used to use just for grade keeping, and I used it to communicate from me to you. It's going to become much more important now. Moodle becomes the course archive for the handouts, and Furman, I've established a Furman Physics YouTube channel, which is going to house all the videos. So what do I want to talk to you about here today? This video covers the modification of the syllabus. I walk you through a sample lesson module, which is lecture 19, which will be in the other video that's accompanying the launch of this website. I'm going to say a few words about test 3 and the final exam, more about that later in the course. I'll say a few things about labs right now. We have 2 labs yet to do, the Faraday law and magnetic field law, solenoid law. We're going to maintain the use of the existing lab protocol framework modified, okay? But instead of you doing the physical labs, we'll use Colorado PHETS and this website, physicsclassroom.com. This one will work pretty well. I've tried to make hot links, URL hot links, so if you click on that, here's an app that allows you to measure the properties of a lens, and it's pretty pedagogically useful. I can move an object around closer and closer to the focal length of a lens and see what happens. I can get either a real image, which is inverted, or as I get close here, I get a virtual image. I can change from converting lenses to diverging and so on, and look at mirrors as well. So we'll use that kind of system throughout to take the place of the physical labs, okay? Now, back in the old days, this is what your life was like, okay? I want to kind of make a comparison between the old way of doing business and the new way to try and show you how I've kept some of the elements there and how some have to be modified. Here's the syllabus as it was before life changed as we knew it. You would have come back from spring break on March the 16th, and the night before, or early morning before, or 5 minutes before the class started, you would have read sections 28.4 to 6, and then I would have given you the reading quiz. We would have gone over that, and maybe we would have done some peer instruction. Maybe I used that quiz as the point of departure for the rest of the lecture. Maybe I didn't. Sometimes I did, sometimes I didn't. Okay. How does it work now? Here's kind of a comparison of what I'd call the old ways and the new ways. See, these are the elements. So old days and the remote instruction module. Textbook reading, just as before, okay? If this wasn't important before, and it sure was, it's even more important now. You've got to take this very seriously, okay? The reading quizzes, I have now started to put them into electronic form via Moodle. More on that later, okay? The peer instruction component of the course, which I used before, is harder, right? Okay. I barely learned how to use Zoom, and in a course of 36 students scattered around the world at different time zones, I'm not sure how well that's going to work, but I'm trying to keep an open mind about this and trying to be hopeful. Okay. I have set up the skeleton of a course Facebook page. It's not online yet, but I'll try and use that. And that may have the possibility of letting you be able to communicate among your friends. You guys know how to do that. You're used to doing that. I'm not a big Facebook user, but let's try it and see if it works for this. The lecture. The lecture is going to be submitted to you on Moodle, and you're going to have to take a more active role in working through that. I'll show you what I mean by that. We can't do in-class demos. I really like doing that, especially in 112. We'll do some things using Colorado PHET apps. Here, these elements are more important than ever. Homework problems and homework questions, and they survive exactly the way they did before. After every video and lecture material, please, please, please work as many of the homework problems you can do from my assigned list, as many as you can from the book, and do the homework questions, the quantitative ones and the qualitative ones here. Okay. Office hours. Obviously, I can't have office hours, but maybe Zoom will work for that. So here's one thing I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about setting times of the day every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe not on the weekends, a kind of a big window of time where I'll be available for Zoom if you want to do one-on-one or two-on-one or three-on-one. Let's try that, okay? I'll get that started. When I get to the point of sending out this announcement for this video on Moodle, I'll try and give you the website for my Zoom account and all that stuff. So this is evolving. We're all learning how to do this. So be patient in the beginning, please. In 112, I used to like to do enrichment material. I'd tell you war stories about my solar panel on the roof and the data from it, and how that fits into the later chapters of Physics 112. I can't do that here in the time we have. Okay. We need to be lean and mean. So if I can do any of that at all, I'll post them as separate videos, and they'll be optional, and they will not be part of the syllabus in terms of your responsibilities for the course. Okay. Here's what the syllabus is going to look like now, starting tomorrow. Today is Sunday when I'm taping this. Here's the last entry from the old syllabus. There's the extended break week that you just went through again, second time here. Here are the times that I would kind of nominally hope you would do what I call Lesson 19, Lesson 20, Lesson 21. When I say Lesson 19, I mean a whole module of things. Let me scan ahead, okay? It means these kind of things: reading, download Moodle, go to the videos, and so on, okay? Back to that. This is on your own pace, okay? So I would like you to start this here and try and get that done by now. When this launches this afternoon, I have posted only the Module 19 material. I'd like you to do that, have a few of you at least do that before I start chugging in the later ones. But I'll try and get this one done by Wednesday for sure. And then once we get in steady state, I'll try to populate all these as quickly as I can. I'd like you to do the first ones. And as soon as you finish Lesson 19, please send me an email and tell me what you think, okay? No, tell me what you like about it, what you don't like, if you have suggestions for how I can improve it, I'm open to suggestion, okay? So we'll do all that. Somewhere in here we'll do a lab. Here's a fixed point, okay? Somehow you need to be done at least with Chapter 30, because on April 8th, in about a 24-hour window, or maybe a 36-hour window, I will post an exam on Moodle that you can do on these chapters. So make sure that you get at least through Chapter 30, which is ending here, by the time that I grant that test. In the old syllabus, the Friday before Easter Sunday and the Monday after was a break. Okay, so I've kept those holiday times sacrosanct. In a way, it doesn't really matter because you're self-paced here anyway, but just for the sake of, I don't know, just out of fairness, I've preserved those. Maybe you had plans with your family on those days, so I want to respect that. Okay. I'll review the test then. And then we'll go on to the end and do this here. Here's the study day on the original calendar. The final exam will be in a 48-hour or maybe 60-hour window starting May 2nd and ending May 2nd. You can pick a starting time for that and trying to pick a contiguous period of time where you do that. I'll give you more information on that as time goes on. Okay. All right. So Moodle now is going to become the hub for the course. And this is the way Moodle looks here Sunday morning about 10 a.m. It's going to start changing because I'm still adding material. But for now, here's some new sections, okay? There's a section called Reading Quizzes, Lectures, and Videos. So they look like this. Here's the old syllabus. Here's the new syllabus. I've posted the reading quiz for lesson 19, and I posted my lecture notes for lecture 19 there, okay? Here's a link on the Furman Physics YouTube channel to the first lecture, which is lecture 19 down here. So that's what's there now. By the time you see this, hopefully I will have started to populate these with the later quizzes, lectures, and the videos. So here's a quick start, getting started, how to do it for lesson 19. Here's what I mean when you see in the syllabus this thing that says lesson 19 starting Monday, tomorrow. Here's what I mean by that activity. Here's the way it goes. First part is to read the assigned material in the textbook, just as you did before. Then, please close your book. Yes, close your book. I want you to do the reading quiz closed book, just as we did before. Go to Moodle to do the reading quiz and submit it. Now, I'm still having glitches with that problem. When you submit it, it'll submit it and I'll see your grade. It should also tell you how you did. I'm having troubles with that. I'll try and get that fixed this afternoon. Anyway, submit that. Then once you've submitted that, go to Moodle and download my handwritten lecture notes, lecture 19 from Moodle. And as soon as you do that, go to the Physics YouTube channel to download the video. Watch the video, which is going to walk you through the notes. Okay. Now, I don't intend, and I haven't in lecture 19 video, I don't want to spend 15 minutes on the video going over the gory details of that handout. That's not good use of your time nor my time. You have the video. With the video, you can start, fast forward, back up, go over again. So I'm going to try and hold the videos to maybe 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes, okay? 10 minutes at the max, okay? And I'm going to try and just hit the high points. I'm not going to go through the excruciating details of the derivations. You can do that on your own, okay? So that's what I mean by one lesson module, okay? So then do that for lessons 20 through 29, okay? And that'll be the course. I'll tell you more about labs and test 3 later on, okay? What am I going to have in the video? Video will begin maybe with daily announcements. Daily means module by module. And of course, that's not going to be synchronous for all of you. So what it really means is if there are kind of new ideas that are going to be coming along, I'll tell you about that. If it's really urgent time things, I'll send you an email by Moodle, okay? At the beginning of the video, I'll go over the reading quiz just as we've done before. I'll probably use that as a point of departure. I'll give you a quick 2 to 3 minutes overview of the course, and then I'll walk you through the course in an abbreviated style, 7 to 10 minutes kind of max, okay? This is maybe more information than you want to know right now, but let me get it started talking to you about here. When you go to the spreadsheet, the grade sheet spreadsheet on Moodle, you're going to find a new column way over on the right-hand side called Reading Quiz 19. It's to the right. It's close to the final part of the quiz, okay? And here's what's going to happen when you submit a Moodle quiz. It'll automatically make an entry in that reading quiz, okay? And then what I'm going to do is, as soon as I see that, I will, once you've done the quiz, whether you got a 0, a 1, or a 2, and I'd like to see what you actually got, okay? I will credit you the full 2 points by manually transferring that to the column in Q19, okay? It's more complicated than it's worth to try and automate that, okay? So in other words, what I'm trying to tell you is I want to see what you got, but I'll give you, it's as though I was giving away the quizzes. You get full credit once you've done it, okay? I want to know how you're doing. I want to see how the pace is and how you're doing there, but I want to give you full credit. I have already manually entered full credit grades for quizzes 20 through, for quizzes 30, 31, 32, okay? It's just easier for me to do that to keep the formula for your overall quiz grade the same. Some closing comments. I want to very sincerely thank the 6 students who have been working as volunteer beta testers for this. Thank you so much. You guys have been immeasurably helpful. I'm not saying your names here because I haven't asked your permission to, I don't want to invade your privacy. If you'd like me to do that, I'll do that later. Some housekeeping issues. If you didn't pick up test 2 or if there are copies of your old quizzes 1 through 18 and you would like me to mail them to you, here's what you need to do. Send me an email with your name and mailing address in this format, just as you would do it here, okay? Do it like that because what I'm going to do is I'm going to liberally take a pair of scissors and cut that out of your email, tape it to an envelope, and mail it to you. That means I'm going to be doing that because we have no secretarial support. So put it in that format so I don't have to transcribe it, okay? And I'll get it to you as soon as I can. If you have valid claims for excused absences that you didn't record before you left, just send me an email, just the number. I put you on your honor, and I'll make the entry in the quiz. If you need to contact me for any reasons, problems with the course, problems with the problems with the quizzes, or if you just have problems that you need help with in dealing with this whole situation, I may not be able to help you with all of it, but I can point you in the right direction. Send me an email for the time being, and or get in touch with me by Zoom. I'm trying to keep an open mind about the utility of that. Use email for the time being, okay? Let me end with the quiz. It's the quote that you may have seen on my office door for the last year or so. It's a quote by David Brooks in his book, The Road to Character, which I think is kind of relevant to the way we're living now. Let me read it to you. Start your work from where you live, with the small concrete needs right around you. Help ease the tension in your workplace. Help feed the person right in front of you. Personalism holds that we each have a deep personal obligation to live simply, to look after the needs of our brothers and sisters, and to share in the happiness and the misery they are suffering. These are hard times we're going through. We're going to do the next right thing. You're going to get through Physics 112, and we're going to go on from there. Stay healthy, stay safe, keep your family safe, your family healthy, and get started. Let's go to it. Adios, guys.